thank you so much, guys, man. I've been looking forward to this all season. So man, just seeing the response from people listening right now, all the leading up to this has just been awesome. So thank everybody.
Yeah, it's a big off season around here when you're the shittiest team in the NFL. So
it's great to have you back here. Obviously, one of our favorites. Obviously, the chat is a flutter. It's almost like the 4th of July. Waldman's on the air, and everybody has a positive thought. And I think that's how you carry yourself, Matt. And your detailed description just showcases the kind of empathy I think is necessary for someone who's going to scout talent. You have to have that compassionate side as well as that understanding adversity side, what's going to be faced. And there is no greater depths that I see that anybody goes other than you. And it's a testament to you, the person. And I think we always, and I know Shane will be the first in line to tell people, you love the draft, go out there and get RSP.
Well, thank you very much.
I appreciate you very much as a friend, and
that's what I love about this show, though, too, because it can go from one range to the other, one end of the spectrum to the other, and it feels like home. Because I could say "fuck you" and it wouldn't matter, So it's almost an added bonus on that level, and you guys are fantastic. It's great, the rapport, the level of knowledge that you guys have, the ability to want to delve in a variety of topics and just keep it fun, because everybody wants to have fun doing this. You understand? I mean, we're all fans of teams that have had their moments where they were unbelievable, maybe for brief moments in our lifetime, and then we've had down moments through that. So you kind of have to have a sense of humor with it, but you're still, especially because a lot of people are dedicated fans to these seminal teams in the league, and there's no team other than the Bears that you could say that is they are the team of the NFL when you think of historically. I'll say this, I mean, it was fun watching Justin Fields this year. From my perspective, I thought he made strides. He absolutely made strides, and I love what they could do with some of the things they did with the run game. Still some work to do along that line, but between David Montgomery and Khalil Herbert, they had a really nice 1-2 punch there. I've always been a Herbert fan, so it was nice to see that when they needed him, he could produce when called upon. And it's just another step at a time here. And now we're looking at the draft, and you guys have a good bit of picks, and what are you going to do? Well, maybe you do.
Hopefully
you will.
Understanding is Justin Fields the future and beyond.
Yeah, I think he's the future and beyond. And if he isn't, I would bet my career as a GM on going down with the ship with Justin Fields, because I think that you've seen enough in terms of his willingness to work, the improvement from last year's disaster, the 2021 disaster, and what he's been able to do beyond that. You've seen the moments. It's just that, does he have the optimal surrounding talent in terms of the offensive line, in terms of the types of receivers that you want to have, the tweaks to the offense that you would want to make that really allow you to see the best of him and maximize his skills. And it takes more than one season to really know what your quarterback does best sometimes, especially when you've had so many changes, and especially when you went from such just a shit show with, we won't mention his name, to this past year, and you're still trying to add and change talent around. And part of it too is, what schematic adjustments can we make now that we've seen Fields acclimate to the changes that we made last year?
Zay Flowers out of BC, your thoughts on him?
I mean, I certainly think that he is someone that can give you some skills at the line of scrimmage to get off of that. You want to see a little more of it because you see him more on the inside at Boston College.
Yeah, he played a lot of slot.
Yeah. So, occasionally they'll let him be the single receiver on the backside of the formation. So you've got to see at least selected looks where he could win against press coverage. So the skills are there for him to build on. I'll put it that way.
This guy, too, is Cedric Tillman.
I just watched another 4 games of him today, actually,
Look at
after
that.
watching 4 games of him earlier in the
Gotta
year.
get this motherfucker on staff, it sounds like, Phil.
Come over and work with us.
Hey, see, there you go. He's fascinating because when you watch him, when it's his turn to get the ball, when he knows he's going to get the ball, you can see the speed. You can see the quick twitch for the size. You can see the play strength. He definitely has the play strength that you want. When guys aren't playing with a level of urgency, it's not always about that they're lackadaisical. It can be that they don't see the bigger picture, that they're just not mature about the bigger picture of like why it's important to execute some of the details that they're not executing all the time. And I see that with him, like when he's not
great,
when he doesn't get the ball.
If the listeners could only hear what we were talking about pre-show, waxing poetic. No. He knows I'm coming. That's why. Right, Claude?
I fucked your mom.
Super Bowl is Sunday. Any predictions?
I've got the Eagles by.
Fuck out of here.